The day I decided to keep living. I never thought I'd make it past 30. Not because I had a terminal illness or some fatal accident lined up. I just didn't see the point. I've always been the funny friend. The one people invited out when they needed to feel better, laugh a little, forget their problems, and I was good at it. I had jokes, I had energy, I had a smile that people said lit up the room. But no one ever asked me if I was okay, and I never offered it up. On the inside, I was unraveling. Work was draining. I hated my job, but I needed the paycheck. My girlfriend and I had just broken up after 4 years, and I hadn't told anyone about the panic attacks I was having almost nightly. My apartment felt like a box closing in on me, and the only living creature that seemed to notice I was spiraling was my dog, Max. And even he started sleeping in the other room more often. One night, I came home after a brutal day at work. Everything felt louder, heavier, wrong. I didn't even take my shoes off. I just sat down on the floor of my kitchen and cried. Full-on, chest-caving sobs, the kind you see in movies but never think will happen to you. I wanted it all to stop. I genuinely thought, if I disappeared, who would actually notice? Max walked in eventually, curled up next to me, and rested his head on my lap. That tiny act, just a warm head on my leg, snapped something back into place for a moment. I looked down at him and thought, if I go, what happens to you? That was the first time I thought about living instead of dying. The next day, I called in sick for the first time in years. I booked a therapy appointment, even though the thought made me cringe. I called my sister and told her I wasn't okay. She cried and said, "Why didn't you tell me?" I didn't have a good answer. I still don't. It's been 9 months since that night on the kitchen floor. I'm not magically cured. I still have bad days, some really bad. But I'm still here. I'm learning to be honest when someone asks how I'm doing. I'm learning that not every smile has to be a lie. And I'm learning that even when it feels like no one notices, someone always does. Sometimes that someone is a dog. Sometimes it's a stranger on Reddit. Sometimes it's you. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. Keep holding on. And if this story hit home, like and follow for more real stories from Reddit. Let's keep diving down the rabbit hole together.